What is up, Legends, and welcome back to the Nexus. Get ready, because we're diving headfirst into a whirlwind of global news that's shaking things up. First, the United States has officially pulled the plug on its international efforts to combat disinformation, a move that's leaving allies scrambling and potentially opening the door for hostile states. We've got the inside scoop on what this means for the global information war. Then, we're jetting over to Sierra Leone, where incredible work is happening on the ground. Midwife advisors are collaborating with the Sierra Leone Midwifery Association to strengthen crucial sexual and reproductive health services, a vital mission for empowering women and girls. This initiative is all about building capacity and ensuring rights-based care where it's needed most. But the drama doesn't stop there. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation is absolutely blasting Israel, calling their recent strikes on Doha a blatant violation of international law. We're breaking down the condemnation and the fallout from this tense regional confrontation. Get ready for some serious geopolitical heat. And finally, we'll hear the powerful and moving plea from Saint Lucia, represented by Helen, for climate justice before the International Court of Justice. This is a story of a nation fighting for its very survival against a crisis it did not create. You do not want to miss this deep dive. Make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell rung so you catch every single update. The United States has officially ended its international efforts to combat disinformation campaigns from hostile states, including Russia, China, and Iran, by terminating memoranda of understanding with European countries. This bombshell announcement signals a dramatic shift in global information warfare strategy. The Trump administration has effectively dismantled a key government department and dissolved international agreements previously established to counter foreign propaganda. This move, which saw the closure of the State Department's Global Engagement Center, GEC, a body created under President Obama and later authorized by Congress to combat threats from both state and non-state actors, marks a significant unilateral disarming act. James Rubin, who led the GEC, condemned the decision as a critical misstep in an era where artificial intelligence is amplifying the risks of information warfare. The GEC had been instrumental in producing reports on Russian and Chinese influence campaigns, warning of billions poured into global disinformation efforts, and Moscow's use of propaganda to destabilize democracies and undermine support for Ukraine. Despite claims from officials like Darren Beattie that the GEC was ineffective and engaged in censorship, former leaders maintain its mission was strictly abroad and vital for national security. The termination of these agreements leaves European and allied partners with diminished support to confront escalating threats from state-sponsored propaganda. At a time when Russia, China, and Iran are intensifying their global influence campaigns. Don't go anywhere, because the fight for survival continues on a different front. Next, we're heading to Sierra Leone for a story of resilience and empowerment in healthcare. Midwife advisors from the Legends Nexus, ICM, recently traveled to Freetown, Sierra Leone, to work alongside the Sierra Leone Midwifery Association, SLMA, as part of the Collaborate for Women, C4W Abortion and Contraception Care Together, ACCT, initiative. This crucial capacity-building initiative is designed to significantly promote the sexual and reproductive health and rights of women and girls in a nation grappling with immense health challenges. Sierra Leone, a country that has endured civil war and the Ebola epidemic, faces a severely understaffed healthcare system where skilled providers are scarce, especially in rural areas. With a young population and some of the highest teenage pregnancy rates globally, the need for accessible and comprehensive reproductive health services is paramount. While maternal mortality has seen a drastic reduction, unsafe abortions still contribute to a significant percentage of maternal deaths, exacerbated by outdated laws and a lack of formal training in abortion care. The workshops brought together 31 participants, including educators and clinical midwives, to enhance their skills in family planning and post-abortion care, emphasizing patient autonomy, privacy, and informed consent. They engaged in practical skills labs, including simulations for IUD insertions and manual vacuum aspirations, and developed advocacy strategies to improve services within their own workplaces. Despite progress in the midwifery workforce, a critical shortage persists, and cultural norms often impede women's access to care. The collaboration between ICM and SLMA is vital, aiming to transform service provision through a gender-transformative approach and advocating for legal reforms like the Safe Motherhood and Reproductive Health Bill. Stay with us because the global stage is about to get a lot more intense. Prepare for a direct confrontation as we look at accusations of a blatant violation of international law. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation has condemned the Israeli strikes on the Qatari capital of Doha, calling them a blatant violation of international law, UN Charter, and global norms. This strong rebuke comes after Israeli airstrikes targeted senior Hamas officials reportedly gathered in Doha to discuss a Gaza ceasefire proposal. The OIC, representing 57 member states, has issued a stern call to the UN Security Council to compel Israel to cease its aggression and respect international law. While the Israeli military confirmed targeting Hamas leadership, Hamas claims its senior officials survived, though 5 members of their delegation were killed. Adding to the casualties, a member of Qatar's security forces also lost their life in the attack. This incident has drawn condemnation from several countries, including Pakistan, the UAE, and Turkey, who have labeled the strikes an act of aggression and a brazen violation of Qatar's sovereignty. The situation highlights the escalating tensions in the region and the complex diplomatic challenges surrounding the ongoing conflict. But the fight for justice is far from over, and one nation is taking its plea to the highest court. Get ready for a powerful story of a small island nation demanding accountability on the global stage. It is no secret that Saint Lucia, like many other small island developing states, SIDS, is fighting on the front line of a climate change war we did not start. This poignant statement from Saint Lucia's representative at the International Court of Justice, ICJ, encapsulates the desperate struggle of nations disproportionately affected by a crisis they barely contributed to. Saint Lucia, contributing a minuscule 0.0009% of global greenhouse gas emissions, faces existential threats from rising sea levels, intensified storms, and coastal erosion. Despite global commitments like the 1.5 to stay alive goal from the Paris Agreement, promised climate finance has fallen short, leaving SIDS burdened by debt accrued from climate-related disasters. In a landmark move, Saint Lucia, represented by its legal counsel, sought an advisory opinion from the ICJ on states' obligations regarding climate change. The court's opinion confirmed that states hold binding international obligations to protect the climate system and that legal consequences arise from breaches of these duties. The narrative of Helen, a metaphor for St. Lucia's beauty and vulnerability, was presented to the court, illustrating how climate change threatens not just the island's environment and economy, but its very history and cultural patrimony, as encapsulated in the poem, The Sea is History. This legal battle represents a profound personal and professional journey for the Council, a testament to the unwavering pursuit of climate justice for vulnerable nations on the global stage. And that's our news rundown for today. That was a packed show, Legends. We saw the US pull out of the fight against disinformation, leaving a global void. Then, we highlighted the vital work strengthening midwifery in Sierra Leone, empowering women. We covered the OIC's strong condemnation of Israel's strikes on Doha, a serious violation of international law. And finally, we heard St. Lucia's powerful plea for climate justice at the ICJ. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Legends Nexus for more incredible updates, hit that notification bell so you never miss a thing, and let us know in the comments what you thought of today's stories. You can also follow us on all our socials for more exclusive content. See you next time.